You know, a lot of people that teach, whether it's real estate or publishing or internet marketing, there are people that make their money by being instructors and by selling courses, but then there are people that have actually done the work.
Absolutely.
And you're among those.
Yeah, well, you know, I made my money doing the real estate in the first place, and you know, selling information and teaching other people kind of happened by mistake. And I'll go back a little bit in time.
Yeah.
As you know, I've been doing real estate for over 20 years. I started off in Canada, and that's where I did most of my work over the years. But you know, probably about 8 years ago, I started in the U.S. for the first time, and I started investing in Las Vegas. And back in those days, the Canadian dollar was maybe at 70 cents. So all my investor friends thought I was crazy. So they'd go, "Let me get this straight. You're cashing in 100,000, you're turning into 70, and then you're going to invest in Vegas. What are you doing?" And you know, I basically managed to find a way to do very well in that market. And you know, we flipped quite a few homes. We became quite successful with it. And then, of course, the recession eventually kicked in, and Americans got hit a lot worse than Canadians did. In Canada, we weren't as exposed nearly as badly. So a lot of Canadians weren't losing their jobs. They still had a lot of money. And all of a sudden, all these Canadians that thought I was crazy started to come to me. And they'd go, "Well, you know, remember we used to make fun of you, but now we want to buy a house in Vegas or Phoenix or Florida, fill in the blank." And I became the go-to guy by mistake. And so people started to ask me, "Well, how do you deal with the taxation issues, you know, dealing cross-border? And how do you convert your currency? And how do you move your money?" And you know, I just became the go-to guy. People started to ask me all kinds of stuff. Then I started to get calls from different, usually American companies that want to do seminars across Canada to try and get Canadian money to invest in the U.S. And so they'd bring me up on, well, first they asked if I wanted to do it, and I said, "Well, I'm just a real estate investor. I'm not a speaker, and I don't know how to do it, and frankly, I'm terrified to do it." And so after a little bit of being coerced, I finally did it, and I was terrified, but I eventually got over that fear after doing it, and I became more and more the go-to guy for that topic. So, but you know, first and foremost, I did make my money doing the real estate. I continue to do the real estate, but I found out that I actually like teaching and helping other people too. But that was something that wasn't even on my radar. I just thought I'd be doing it how just buying properties for myself for all these years, and then all of a sudden, some random event happened, and now I'm teaching and mentoring.
That's awesome. One of the things that I really want to encourage people to do is connect to your site at, was it Mike Wolf?
MikeWolfMastery.com is my main website. So it's MikeWolfMastery.com. And then I've also got stuff at Mike Wolf TV specific to this episode that we're doing.
Right, right. That's one of the things that we really want to encourage you to do, is to go to MikeWolfTV.com and connect with Mike. He's got some great tools and tips and information that can help you create, well, what you're really looking for in life. And Monetize Your Mind is really about giving you tools to help you grow. We'll be right back.
You can become a published author. Discover a system that will lead you from idea to having your book on the bookshelves. Bob Baer pulls back the curtain at the More Power to Publish workshop. Watch and learn how to follow the step-by-step plan to turn your idea into a published book. Learn more at morepowertopublish.com.